Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks, to another open with me, and this time I have got the latest edition of Your Crochet and Knitting. There are some amigurumi bits in there. I can see they're knitted and crochet patterns, but there's also some free gift of yarn. It says it's worth £28. I always find that when they have this value attached to their gifts, they always go a little bit kind of over the top. So we'll see. Also, there is a bonus of Knit Pro needles for every reader, but I've never been successful in getting any of these things that you have to send off for. Not once have I ever managed to get them. So let's get in. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll be informed when there are new videos. Now, this is a little series of videos that I do called Open With Me, and I buy knitting magazines, crochet magazines, knitting and crochet magazines, and I subscribe to Simply Crochet and a new one that I will get in June, so that you can all see what's inside before you buy and see if they're worth having. So straight away in these packs you get the usual very, very thin and a little bit nasty plastic needles and hook, which if you bought these and you were stuck in a traffic jam would do until you got home and you could change them. But they'd drive you absolutely bandy to use them, I think, because they are such, well, plastic is the word. But this yarn is bright, spark, cheerful, and they've all got names like Nestle, Cozy, Toasty, what's that one? Comfy, Cushy, Restful. Sounds like the Seven Dwarfs, but not. Peaceful, and this one's upside down. Snug. But they're kind of nice colours. They turn it over and you get to see them a little bit better. But obviously there's things inside to make with the yarn. So straight away there's lots and lots of Wallace and Gromit in this book, and my kids absolutely loved Wallace and Gromit all through their childhood, especially Paul. It was his favourite. So had I seen this magazine many years ago, I probably would have tackled these for Paul. He's a bit old for it now, although we'd still like them, I'm sure. This looks like a nice little pullover, but yes, that's definitely knitted. We've got some crochet as well. So let's get in and see what's what. The usual hello and welcome. I don't bother reading all that sort of thing. So it's just showing again what's in here. That's kind of a cute little motif. It reminds me of the 1920s. We used to get this symbol, a kind of effect on all the doors. The windows would be like a sunburst. Kind of reminds me of that. It was to signify good times ahead, I think. So again, lots of book review and little editorials and stuff. Return from Neverland, another little one that's referencing the fact that Wendy Yarns has been rescued and is with us again. Peter Pan and Wendy. However, I know some of them you can only get from distributors, so it's kind of bouncing its way back. So there we go. We've got the Wallace and Gromit knitted toys. Obviously the knitting has a lovely texture to it. I've never knitted a toy. When I was a child, I had an aunt that used to knit toys for me. But we've got Gwendoline. I don't know who this is. My son would be ashamed of me for not knowing. But, you know, he was... Oh, there's Gwendoline. Oh, Wendoline. I thought it was Gwendoline. I always thought it was Gwendoline. It's Wendoline. That's what I see how much I know. Preston. This is the little doggy, who is a naughty dog, I think. Paella. That's who she is, but not spelt like the food. And Fluffles, which must be on this page. There we go. There's Fluffles. So here we have again the same toys, but crocheted this time. So we've got the instructions for the crochet, and I have to say they look just as good in crochet. Sometimes these amigurumi bits and bobs, they look better knitted. There we go. So there we are. That's that page, and that's that one. So they're pretty good crocheted. I like the fact that she's holding all these. They're yarn balls. How cute. So there's all the instructions for those amigurumis. So what's this? Free pretty knitted hands for every reader. Really? What's that mean? Let's have a look, shall we? Here at Knit Now, we're offering free copy of Pretty Knitted Hands, worth $12.99. Wow, that's not bad. So hopefully you can just send off for it. As I say, I've never, if it's one of those where you have to go online, I never get in. It always messes up. So we've got top crafting tips. That's pretty cool. Stitch markers are your friend. Well, that's obvious, isn't it? Always check your tension. Sewing ends as you go. Well, I dispute that one, because I recently had to undo something, and I'd already sewn the ends in, and it made it really difficult to find. So what I had to do in the end was just find the little telltale knot that, you know, signifies the end, snip it there, undo it, and then add more yarn, because I'd obviously snipped it too far down. So, you know, it's not always a good thing to do that. I kind of dispute that one. What we got here? Senon Cove cases. So we've got an iPad case, and I believe that one might be for sunglasses. Funnily enough, I'm going to make a sunglasses case for my channel. Day at the Beach sweater. That is really cool, but that is a knitted one. So if you're a crocheter, that's not particularly good for you. But if you do knit, that's actually quite nice. That's lovely. I like the waves. And that's the back. That's cool, but here is a chart. So if you wanted to do something with that pattern, you've got a crochet chart too, if you fancied. So this is Silly the Seagull, spelt like silly as in Silly Isles, like Skilly. He's cute, I like him. I like that. I like his sitting in a bag of chips. They do... For those of you across the pond, seagulls love it when we go to the seaside and we buy a bag of chips, which are French fries to you guys. And seagulls practically mug us for those, you know, they practically hit us over the head for them. So that's actually an homage to that. It's quite funny. Now, isn't that beautiful? I think that's the, is that, not Drifter, what yarn's that? That's lovely. It doesn't say. Does it? You and Me from the New Style Craft Spring Summer Collection. That's lovely. Do like that yarn. And that pullover's quite nice as well. The History of Crochet. Now that might be worth a read. I don't think I'll sit here and read it out to you, but that's actually pretty cool. Unknown Origins and Concrete Clues. Luck of the Irish, Royal Influence. The 20th Century, What Next? So that's actually a nice little thing. Quite like that. So this is the cowl. This is nice. I like this. It's called Aveline. Or, yeah, I guess you'd say Aveline, wouldn't you? Aveline. Named after a French word meaning beautiful bird, this super simple but colourful cowl has the X factor. But that is knitted. So, easy stripes to make though. Whitley Bay doorstop. So this is very, very British, this magazine, because Whitley Bay is a seaside point. So that's kind of cute. Beach bears. Got little rubber rings on. Lifesavers. Life preservers. Always have to try and remember the words for other... for across the pond. New 100% cotton from Signet. That looks nice. I think, I've said this before, but I think that they've kind of ripped off the yarn band for paint box yarns. It just looks like it with those little dots. It really does. Sunrays cushion. Again, there's that cushion. I quite like that. Although I think I would have gone a little bit higher with that. Wow. Jill's chain crochet blanket. That's really busy. It really is busy. But there's the instructions for that. It's crocheted, obviously. It's a nice big one. And there's the kind of patterns and showing you how to assemble them. All different shapes. A lot going on. If you like a blanket with a lot going on, that's a pretty cool one. So we've got a spring sale, 6 issues for just £25. When it says £24.99, I always round it up because that's just a ploy to make you think it's cheaper than it is. So here we go. Save up to 60% on UK's best craft magazines. Okay, I'll hold this little thing up just in case anybody wants to do that, and they can follow that with the code. So if you missed it, just pause it and then you can get to see it. Sunshine State Circus. Ooh, little animals. Look, a little monkey and an elephant, and probably a tiger. Yep, tiger. If they don't readily look what they're meant to be. Yeah, never mind. Ooh, here we got colour block. So I must stop making like squealy noises. We've got Merino by Lana Grossa. Oh, that lovely name. Scatchamea, that I love to try and get my mouth around. Baby Smiles Merino. Debbie Bliss, Rialto DK, and Rico Design, who I do like a lot. Theirs is the Essential Merino. So it's merino double knit. It's 50 gram ball, and you'll get that for £4 4p, which is quite a lot for a 50 gram ball. So up here with the Lana Grossa, it's merino uno. Again, it's a 50 gram ball and it's £3.99. That's this one here. So that was the first one, and this is the second one. So they're quite expensive for a 50 gram ball. The Scatchamea, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not, is just, believe it or not, a 25 gram ball. Where's the price? Let me see. It is £1.46. So there we've got something a little bit more realistic. Debbie Bliss, always expensive, I believe. And this is the Rialto DK, which is this one here. And that's a 50 gram ball for £4.58. And that's available at Love Crafts. The King Cole, which luxury merino, which says, oh no, that's the Scatchamea. I'm maligning them. That's £1.46. But the King Cole, this blue one at the top, didn't see that there, is the merino, luxury merino. That's £3.99. So at least they're giving you a review and showing you how much these things are costing before you actually get in there, and a little bit of what it works up like. They all look very similar, apart from this one does look a little more holy, this Debbie Bliss. So it's probably a lot more tighter weave, or is it a weave or a wound? This is cute. I like this. Nice pastel rainbow. Radiating Joy baby blanket. It looks very simple. It just looks a bit like a plain kind of stitch, though it's a square. And it doesn't look like an involved pattern. Good for the beginner. Made this with Bernat, I believe. 2 lush Bernat yarns. So that's that. It's kind of nice, but plain. And here's Learn the Basics, showing you how to do it. So obviously these are UK terms, like the treble crochet, which is the double in the US. And shows you how to hold your yarn, which I always think, don't teach grandma to suck eggs, please. You know, if you're absolutely new, I don't think you're doing anyone any favour showing them how to hold their yarn. You know, so I don't... Just moving on. Knit, Learn the Basics. So here we are. And there's all the abbreviations for, not for that one as well, just for the knit. On the next page, we've got lots of adverts. And the free Knit Pro crochet hooks. This is a sendy-offy, so you never know. If I did it, I might be in luck. The last ones, if it's an online thing, it always messes up. And I never go. Never get it, rather. 5 minutes with Black Girl Knit Club. That's a bit strange, just having a black girl knit club. Don't think that's very PC these days, is it? So anyway, a bit not inclusive, but there we go. So thank you for watching. That's all there is in this magazine. Not a bad one. Got some nice patterns in there. And of course, always good to have a little bit of yarn to make those things with. And let's get it out, shall we? Let's have a little feel, because it is resealable. Sometimes it's horrible. Yeah, this is. I'd have to say this is one of those really horrible yarns. Probably okay for making toys, but if you didn't make the toys, you wouldn't want to use it for anything else. It has that kind of, it almost feels like sponge. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever felt yarn like that? It's just probably good for the toys and the amigurumi, etc., but not something you'd want next to your skin as such. So that's what's in this magazine. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.